Submit your own content to 1530entertainmentllc@gmail.com. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to Millennium News TV 24/7 Daily Global News Update. My name is Todd Goldfinger, and here's today's top headlines. Thank you for being with us. News story number 1. Supporters of a ballot question in Ohio that would make it harder to change the state constitution and could determine the fate of abortion rights. There say a yes vote will provide a defense against out-of-state meddling. Opponents argue that a yes vote would give special interests the winning advantage, but an analysis of campaign finance data shows that as both sides lambast out-of-state interests, they are largely funded by such donors. Even outside of the official coalitions for and against the measure, money, celebrity, and influence from afar are fueling much of the last-ditch campaigning and misinformation about the measure, known as Issue 1 on Tuesday's ballot. The coalition supporting the measure, called Protect Our Constitution, is funded almost entirely by billionaire Illinois business owner Richard Uihlein, who contributed $4 million of the campaign's $4.8 million, according to campaign filings. The campaign's largest Ohio-based donation, $150,000, came from Save Ohio Jobs, a group tied to the Ohio Chamber of Commerce. Next news. News story number 2. Over the past year, inflation in the United States has tumbled from 9% all the way to 3%, softening most of the price pressures that have gripped the nation for more than 2 years. Now comes the hard part. Squeezing out the last bit of excess inflation and reducing it to the Federal Reserve's 2% target rate is expected to be a much harder and slower grind. A measure called core inflation, which includes volatile food and energy prices, is even higher than overall inflation. It too seems likely to slow only gradually. The Fed pays particular attention to core prices as a signal of where inflation might be headed. In June, core prices were up 4.1% from a year earlier, according to the Fed's preferred gauge. Next news. News story number 3. A judge has sanctioned Southwest Airlines, writing that the airline twisted his words and disregarded his order in the case of a flight attendant who claimed that she was fired for expressing her opposition to abortion. U.S. District Judge Brantley Starr found Southwest in contempt for the way it explained the case to flight attendants last year after losing a jury verdict. In a blistering 29-page order, the judge said the airline acted as if its own policy limiting what employees can say is more important than a federal law protecting religious speech. On Monday, the judge ordered Southwest to pay the flight attendants' most recent legal costs, dictated a statement for Southwest to relay to employees, and ordered three Southwest lawyers to complete, in quotes, religious liberty training, end quotes, from a conservative Christian legal advocacy group. Next news. News story number 4. Panama's top immigration official lashed out at Colombia on Sunday, saying it is not helping to slow the record flow of migrants through the dangerous jungle of the Darien Gap. Immigration Service Director Samira Gozain said that in recent days, between 2,600 and 2,800 migrants per day have been moving through the gap, which connects North and South America. In 2022, an average of about 700 migrants per day trekked through the roadless region. In April, the United States, Panama, and Colombia agreed to try to crack down on the smuggling rings that bring migrants through the gap. Next news. News story number 5. Wisconsin Democratic Governor Tony Evers on Tuesday called a special legislative session for September in a long-shot attempt quickly dismissed by Republicans to approve funding they rejected earlier this year for child care services, a family leave program, the University of Wisconsin system, and other efforts targeting the state's worker shortage problem. Republicans who control the legislature said they opposed his plan because it would increase government spending rather than cut taxes. Republicans are under no obligation to debate, let alone vote, on the more than $1 billion in funding proposals Evers put forward. Republicans have routinely ignored special session calls Evers has made in the past on a wide array of issues, including legalizing abortion, cutting taxes, gun safety, updating the state's unemployment system, addressing problems in the dairy industry, and increasing funding for schools. We're going to take a short break from the daily global English news of Millennium News TV 24/7. Please stay with us. Thank you.
Welcome to the world of Millennium News 24. We bring news, we analyze news, and we make a bridge between you and the eventful world. 24/7 Millennium News 24 team is at your service. Don't miss Todd Goldfinger's show, Goldfinger Music Hour, Noon News with host Todd Goldfinger. Millennium News 24 is available to be watched free for all LED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Millennium TV 24 News you need to know.
Hello and welcome back to Millennium News TV 24/7 Daily Global News Update in English. My name's Todd Goldfinger, and here's the continuation of today's top stories. Thank you for being with us. News story number 6. Vice President Kamala Harris on Tuesday announced changes to labor rules that could give higher wages to construction workers on federal projects. Vice President Harris will say in a speech in Philadelphia that the Labor Department has provided the first update in decades to the Davis-Bacon Act of 1931, a law that requires the payment of prevailing local wages on public works. The new rule is something of a return to the past in that it will use the definition of prevailing wage that the Labor Department previously used from 1935 to 1983, likely raising the hourly earnings of contractors and subcontractors. Next news. News story number 7. A woman was critically injured when a shark bit her on the leg while she was swimming at a New York City beach, officials said. The 50-year-old woman was swimming off Rockaway Beach just before 6 p.m. Monday when a shark bit her on the left leg, the city parks department said in a statement. Lifeguards pulled the woman from the water and administered first aid. The woman was taken to Jamaica Hospital in critical but stable condition, with severe lacerations to her thigh, a police spokesperson said. Next news. News story number 8. A black teacher and musician who says members of a white nationalist hate group punched, kicked, and beat him with metal shields during a march through Boston last year sued the organization on Tuesday. Charles Morrell III of Boston was in the area of the Boston Public Library to play his saxophone on July 2nd, 2022, when he was surrounded by members of the Patriot Front and assaulted in a coordinated, brutal, and racially motivated attack, according to the lawsuit filed in federal court in Boston. Morrell was taken by ambulance to the hospital for treatment of lacerations, some of which required stitches, the suit says. Next news. News story number 9. Survivors of Rwanda's 1994 genocide criticized Tuesday a call by appeals judges at a United Nations court to indefinitely halt the trial of an alleged financer and supporter of the massacre due to the suspect's ill health. The ruling Monday sends the matter back to the court's trial chamber with instructions to impose a stay on proceedings. That likely means the Felicien Kabuga, who is nearly 90, will never be prosecuted. His trial, which started last year at the International Residual Mechanism for Criminal Tribunals in The Hague, was halted in June because of his dementia left him unable to participate in proceedings. Appeals judges at the court also rejected a proposal to set up an alternative procedure that would have allowed evidence to be heard but without the possibility of a verdict. Next news. News story number 10. Jeff Gunter, a dermatologist who was ambassador to Iceland during Donald Trump's administration, announced Monday he's running for U.S. Senate in Nevada, joining an increasingly crowded field of Republicans looking to unseat first-term Democratic incumbent Jackie Rosen. In a 3-minute introductory video, Gunter presented himself as a loyal Trump supporter committed to furthering the former president's movement. In quotes, "I'll fight to support Donald Trump and his amazing and great America First agenda," end quotes, Gunter said in a video. Rosen is one of the top Republican targets in next year's election as the GOP looks to wrest the Senate majority from Democrats, who now hold a 51-49 edge. This has been the Daily Global English News Update of Millennium News TV 24/7. My name is Todd Goldfinger. Thank you for watching. Please log in to get the latest news on all of our social networking sites. That means Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. On TikTok, we are Millennium News 24. Also, our YouTube channel is News Channel M24. Viewers, now on both network broadcasting, Android and iOS devices, Apple TV, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, also all smart TV platforms. Please enjoy our entertainment, our latest news, views, and editorials, our Millennium TV apps, Millennium TV USA Android, Millennium News Google, www.millenniumtv24.com. Please stay with Millennium News 24/7. We thank you and God bless you wherever you are. Peace.